12. Yes. They are all up here. Let me grab one. You've been out for all of Unit 7, right?
Because I was looking at comments on
Great. I'm circling with a red circle the questions we've done so far in the yellow packet. Friday? Or no, tomorrow? Friday? Monday? Tuesday? All right. So we're going to go ahead and look at question 12 real quick. Okay, so for question 12, does the numbers 15, 18, and 24 have a greatest common factor? What is it? 3. So we're going to factor out a greatest common factor of 3. So when we do that, what is 15 divided by 3? So that leaves us with 5y squared. What about negative 18y divided by 3? Negative 6y. Negative 24 divided by 3? Negative 8. Okay. So whenever we take out a GCF, okay, of a trinomial, am I going to touch that GCF again until I write the final answer? No. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at what is inside right there. And we're going to factor that trinomial. What is our A term inside there? 5. What is our B term? Not just 6, but negative 6. Okay. What is our C term? Negative 8. Now, we're going to figure out what factors multiply to give us A times C. What is A times C? Not just 40, but negative 40. And what adds to give you B? What is your B term? Negative 6. All right. What multiplies to give you negative 40 but adds to give you negative 6? So let's list out our factors. 1 and 40, 2 and 20, 4 and 10, 5 and 8. Which of those can I combine to get 6 in any way? 10 and 4. What combination of them do I need to use? Negative 10 and positive 4. So all we do with those two terms is we use it to rewrite our middle term of our trinomial. So we're going to do 5y squared minus 10y plus 4y minus 8. And then from there we just group. Okay, yes?
Sure, if we like using the X thing, that was fine.
Yeah, that's fine. If you want to use the X thing and organize it as negative 40 over negative 6, negative 10, and 4, that is A-okay with me. Either way works. So we just rewrite. Now we group. Okay, so if we group with the first two, what is the first two's GCF? 5. Y. Yep. What does that leave us with? Y minus 2. And for the second half, what is our GCF? And what does that leave us with? Y minus 2. So what part is the same? And what part's left over? Okay, and then since this had a GCF, where does that go? In the very front. So it's 3 times y minus 2 times 5y plus 4. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at question 13. Does question 13 have a GCF? 2. Yeah, it is 2. So if we take out a GCF of 2, what does that leave us with? 16w squared minus 8w plus 1. So what we are going to factor is the inside part of this. We will leave the 2 alone. So what is our A term inside there? What is our B term? And then what is our C term? So we have to figure out what multiplies. You can also organize it as the X. I'll demonstrate that here. What is A times C? 16. So you have to multiply to get 16, but add to get B. What is our B? What multiplies to give you 16, but adds to give you negative 8? Negative 4 and what? Negative 4. Both of them negative. Because a negative times a negative is a positive. But if you just add these two together, you get negative 8. So now we use these two terms to rewrite our trinomials. So we'll get 16w squared minus 4w minus 4w plus 1. Now we group. If we group the first two, what is our GCF? We can go bigger than 2. 4 what? 4w. Okay, and if we take out a 4w, what is that going to leave us with? 4w. What is anything divided by itself? So that would be minus 1. All right, now for the second half of this, we are looking at negative 4w plus 1. This starts with a negative, so automatically we know we have to take a GCF out of negative what? Negative what? Negative 1. What is negative 4w divided by negative 1? What is 1 divided by negative 1? Negative 1. So what part is the same? They are. And what part is left over? Now, what goes in the very front? 2. Now, because those two are the same, we could also write our final answer as 2 times 4w minus 1 squared. We could write it either way. Because these two things, it's just being multiplied by itself, and that's what squaring is. All right, so now we're going to look at page 12. So page 12, we are still looking at factoring trinomials, except when we look at page 12, we're looking at factoring trinomials when our A term is specifically 1. Okay, so I want us to go ahead and look at this. Oh, this is the one I did give me a second. I gotta clear it. I used y'all's to make the answer key that I posted on Schoology, so I'm gonna clear. Okay, that is done now. All right, so we're gonna start with question 1. What is our A term in question 1? 1. It is understood to be a 1 because that's what's in front of x squared. What is our B term? What is our C term? Okay, so we do the same exact thing. What multiplies to give us A times C? What is A times C?
5.
And what adds to give us our B? What is our B term? So what multiplies to give us 5 but adds to give us 6? 1 and 5. All right, so we use that to rewrite our trinomial. So we're going to do x squared plus 1x plus 5x plus 5. And we're going to group. So let's start with grouping the first two. What is their GCF? X. And if we take out an X, what does that leave us with? X plus 1. For the second half of this, what is our GCF? 5. So if we take out a 5, what does that leave us with? X plus 1. All right, so what part is the same? And what part is left over? So all we're doing is the exact same thing. Just A is 1. All right, for number 2, what is our A term? 1. What is our B term? Or for number 2? For 2, yep. What is our C term? All right, so now we're going to go ahead and factor this. So what multiplies to give us A times C? What is A times C? And what adds to give us B? So what multiplies to give us 24, but adds to give us, or negative 24, but adds to give us 2? So let's do 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. Which combination of those can I use to get 2? What combination do I need to use of those? Negative 4, positive 6. Now we're going to rewrite our trinomial for m squared minus 4m plus 6m minus 24. And then we group. If we group the first two, what is their GCF? And that leaves us with m minus 4. What is, if we group the last two, what is our GCF? Which leaves us with n minus 4. What part is the same? And what part's left over? So the reason factoring trinomials when A is 1 is its own lesson is because there's actually a shortcut we can use, but we can only use it when A is 1. So if you look at your factors that we find and our answer in factored form, what do you notice about the numbers that it uses? They're the exact same as what we get when we factor the X Games part, right? It's the exact same. And that's different because if we look at any of the ones where we did where X is not 1, do those match? No. Okay, so we can use a shortcut when A is 1 to make this go a little faster. And we're going to work through the shortcut real fast. So now we're going to look at this example we have here in the middle. We have x squared plus 7x plus 12. When I look at this, what is our A term? 1. What is our B term? What is our C term? So we have our A, B, and C. Now, we do the same thing. What multiplies to give us A times C? What is A times C? And we have what adds to give us our B. What is our B? What multiplies to give us 12 but adds to give us 7? 3 and 4. So whenever A is 1 and we get to this point, all we have to do is write our answer. Okay? These are both positive 3 and positive 4. So all we're going to do is go x plus 3 times x plus 4. And we're done. Whenever A is 1, we can do that. We cannot do that when A is not 1. But when A is 1, once we do the product sum, we're good. And we're going to go through the evens together. Okay, for number 4, what is our A value? 1. So that is our A. What is our B? What is our C? So we have to figure out what multiplies to give us A times C, what is A times C? And what adds to give us our B? What is our B? What multiplies to give us 24 but adds to give us 10? It is 6 and 4. So is A 1? Yes, we can use our shortcut. Okay, so we're going to do A plus 6 times A plus 4. And we're done. Okay, we're going to look at number 6 together. For number 6, what is our A term? What is our B term? What is our C term? So we have to figure out what multiplies to give us and what adds to give us 1. Our factors for 6 are just 1 and 6, 2 and 3. Can 1 and 6 give me 1 in any way? No. What about 2 and 3? What combination of those do I need to use? -2, +3. So to write our answer for this, we're going to do G minus 2, G plus 3. There we go. But remember, we can only use the shortcut when A is number 8. So what is our A value for number 8? What is our B value? -2. Make sure you take your sign with it. What is your C? So we have to figure out what multiplies to give us -63 and what adds to give us -2. Factors of 63. 1 and 63. 2 doesn't go in. 3 does 21 times. Does 4 go into 63? What about 5? 6? 7. 7 goes in. How many times does 7 go in? What is it? It is 9. Okay, and that is all of our factors. So, which one of those can I use? Which pair? 7 and 9. What combination of them?
-9.
-9, +7. So we can write our answer because A is 1, so we can do x minus 9 times x plus 7. Now, does it matter if you flip-flop those and wrote it as x plus 7, x minus 9? It means the same thing. It's like saying 2 times 3 times 3 times 2. Like both of them mean 6, right? You can write it either way. The order of these numbers doesn't matter, just like that order doesn't matter when we factor by grouping. So I want y'all to go ahead and I want y'all to do 3, 5, and 7 for me real quick. Yes. Yes, go ahead. All right, so for this first one, okay, you should have n plus 5 times n plus 4. If you flip that the other way, that's also okay. Then for question 5, you should have n plus 6 times n minus 3. Again, if it was flipped the other way, that's also fine. Okay, number 7, a minus 3, a plus 1. Now, if you want, we're not going to go over these right now, but if you want to check them, the answer to number 9 is x minus 8 times x minus 3. And the answer to number 10 is y minus, let's see if I remember this, 8 and y minus 9. Okay, now we're going to look at the back page and go to page 13. So we're also not going to go over question 11 and 12 right now, but I will tell you what the answer is if you want to do it and check yourself later. So question 11 is a plus 8 times a minus 2. And for number 12, it is w minus 12 times w minus 4. That's right. All right. So we're going to go ahead, though, and we're going to look at this bottom section, questions 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay? These, what can I do before I factor the trinomial for number 13? What can I take out of all three of those things? Does it have a GCF? What is the GCF? 4. So when we take out the GCF, it will leave us with what? K squared plus 3k plus 2. Okay, then we can just factor what is inside. The GCF isn't going to be written again until we write our final answer. So we have to figure out what multiplies to give us, what is A times C? And then what adds to give us, what is our B? What multiplies to give us 2 but adds to give us 3? So in this question, is our A 1? Yeah, so we can rewrite this as x plus 1 times x plus 2. And then what do I need to do with the GCF? Just put it in front. So it's 4 times x plus 1 times x plus 2. All right, let's look at number 14. What is the GCF for number 14? 2. If we take out a 2, what does that leave us with? All right, what multiplies to give us negative 12, but adds to give us negative 4? Negative 6, positive 2. So since this inside part has an a value of 1, we can do x minus 6, x plus 2. And then we put our GCF in front. So whenever we can take out a GCF, we need to take it out because it makes our numbers smaller and factoring a little bit easier, okay? So in addition to the Delta Math from yesterday, we also have a 5-question Delta Math today where it is just when A is 1. The one from yesterday is when A is not 1, okay? And so I want y'all to work on that. And it's 15 questions in total, okay? And I want y'all to take the rest of today and work on that, okay?